Hello everyone, today we're going to do about stands. I'm trying to make a stand to hold my sound module, my keyboards, and iPad. So I made this from my new Sonic stand, and I have connected on these bits on here and screwed them on. Okay, and then I can just put this goes in here. And then we tighten them up. Okay, that's the first bit. Very tight, very solid. Okay. And the next, then I made this little shelf. Okay, so I made this little shelf. Okay, so this is what I've done here. Just done this piece. Okay, so the little shelf will go down here on top of this. And then we'll be able to screw it up here then with a screw. Okay. So, the shelf will be going down here. So the shelf just slots in like that. You can tighten the screw here then in the bottom. Okay, so that's that. Now, next bit, I've got my very light Korg i3, the new Korg i3. Okay, now that's going to go on like that. Okay, now you can notice here I got this very close, which is why I want it. So here now you can see Korg i3. Now you can see here now I've got this very close to the stand. I want it here, very close. Okay, so when I'm playing, so I have to reach up. Okay, now next thing I've got my Ketron module. This is the Ketron Medje Pro, which I've done a lot of videos on this. Okay. Now I put a bit of Velcro on the back. I put a line of Velcro here on the back. And I've also put some Velcro on here. And there we go now, it's connected up there. Now, so you can see now what we have so far. Okay, now, next I want to put my iPad, so I have this iPad holder. Okay, and I'm going to put this on the bar here. Tighten that in. Okay, we've got my iPad 8. Okay, so iPad 8 here I'm using. Okay, so this is how I want it to be lined up, like this. Okay, and this will be connected wirelessly. So this is how I have it at the minute. So this is it. We've got the iPad. So the iPad. So it's all here that'll be facing me. Okay, so we're going to do the microphone. So I got this. Like a boom, flexible boom. And I'm going to connect this on here. Now, of course, I could use a conventional boom stand like this. I could use one of these. So I'm going to have a go at this. Going to put this on here. On like so. Okay, that's good. Right, just going before the microphone. Okay, we introduce that. So we'll see how that goes. Might have to move it in another bit, maybe. Okay. Now, next job, mixing desk. So here we're going to go one of these stands. This is called a Boston stand. I doubt it was made in Boston, but it's called a Boston stand. It's very sturdy. It's got this kind of a top on it. Okay, with a locking nut. And fits one of these plates, which has that on the back. That sort of a connection on the back. And that goes in. So this makes everything very easy for carrying. That goes in there. We tighten it up. And so here we're going to use the Zoom LiveTrack 12 mixer. So this is a mixer and a recorder in one, so I can record my shows. And I put a couple of bits of the Velcro again on the back of this, and I put it on the stand here. So when I put it down like this, so I get that very secure, and I can adjust the height of my mixing desk to set my mixing desk however I want, and then work away. Okay, so that's mixing desk. Now, I ought to have a stool. One of these stools. This is called a standing stool. And you can also put one leg up. Alright. Okay. So that's basically the hardware, except for the PA. So there's only the PA. So I'll show you the PA. Okay, this is the PA I'm using. So this is the LD Maui G2. It's the 11. Okay, so we got 500 watts of power on it, and we've got connections, and we've got volumes and everything there, adjustments on it. And I've done a thing on this. This breaks down here into two parts, which is very handy for carrying around. So that's the PA. So we got 500 watts RMS, 1000 watts peak. Them are the proper figures. I see lots of people quoting figures, 2800 watt speaker and all this rubbish. And that's what it is. It's so be careful with the things. I always look for the RMS, because then you sort of know, you can make up then what the peak is, and you can see the if it's 127 or 130 decibels volume, peak volume. So but the RMS is the thing to what the amp is doing. That's the main one you need to look for, and then you can work out your peak from there. Then you'll have a true setting of what your speaker is actually doing, or what your speaker is capable of doing. So that's fine for smallish gigs. It's fine. I just use one of them. I have access to another one. I can use two if I want. One of them now for small hotels, bears, and so on. So I'm trying to keep the whole idea here is to keep the equipment small as possible.